The Piston Pro X makes it very easy to load up your bikes, but if you have heavy bikes like e-bikes, we do have a e-bike ramp that's gonna work with the piston. So this, in its smallest form, is gonna be 32 inches long, and we can adjust it all the way down to 54 inches. This is gonna help a lot, especially if your e-bikes are pretty heavy. Anything up to 60 pounds it's gonna work with. So what you wanna do is adjust it to the length that you want. I just like using the longer ramp. And then we want to open this up just by pressing that little lever. And you wanna do it on both sides. But then after this, on the side that you want to load it up on, we're gonna put this down like this. And then after that, you're gonna hear some clicks. So that needs to happen. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna have one side that has these little channels here, and it's gonna mount right where those tire holders are going to go on the rack. This fits in there very, very nicely, and it really doesn't wanna come off very easily. So that's gonna be nice. So it's gonna stay in place whenever we grab our bike. So that's what we wanna do, grab the bike. We don't have a whole lot of room in our bay, but what you want to do is just line it up nice and straight, and then we're going to take this up just like this. And then this is where it gets a little tricky. What we want to do is kind of lock this wheel in a little bit. We can't push it too hard because we need to have the other arm go. So now it's kind of standing up, but I recommend just putting a hand on it just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. We're just gonna take this ramp off real quick, kind of just set it to the side. We'll deal with that later. And then we're gonna click that little lever again. It'll stop. And then after that, it'll come up and you should hear some clicking just like this. And then you just tighten it down like you normally would. And then once you're done, what you can do is we can lean the Piston Pro back a little bit. We can adjust this down just by turning these little hand knobs right here. And then just put it in your storage area. We aren't gonna have a place on the Piston Pro to put this. So you will have to put it in a storage area like this, but you can put it with your bike cable if you're not using that. Here are some other measurements. The overall width of the ramp is gonna be 4 inches. And then these lips right here, they're gonna come up about 1 1/8 onto the sides. So it's gonna be great for your road bikes. It's gonna be great for those fat tire bikes if it doesn't exceed the 4 inches. It is made of steel. It's only about 7 pounds, so it's not too heavy for being steel. And it does have a powder coated finish too. So even if you have a truck or something and you store it in the bed, it's not gonna rust away. We get to the trailhead. We're gonna tilt this back. If you leave it in the back of your vehicle, we're gonna grab it from the back and then just unload our bikes with a little bit less strain on us. So we're gonna kind of do exactly what we did before. First, just prepare the ramp, get it to the length that you want, tighten it up. But then this is where I suggest just kind of putting it down close to where we're gonna be. You can keep the front of the bike cinched down, or if you really wanted to either back it off or go off the front, you can do it on either side, and it's going to work for all of the cradles that we have. So we're going to put that in there, and then we undo the other side, and then after that you just back it off. I always like to just keep my hand on the brake just to help it go down nice and smooth so it doesn't go too fast. And then once that's done, you can take your bike, put it to the side, get on the way, but I would definitely recommend putting it somewhere safe and out of the way of anybody else, just because it is going to be a lot wider than your vehicle. And once that's done, you just put it away and go on your way on the trails. And that's pretty much it for it. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just a ramp for this specific bike rack. No other bike racks are gonna work with this ramp. And that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to it, but when it comes to products that make things a little bit easier, I think the ramp for the Kuat Piston is something I would definitely grab.